My hair is slightly wet. What else is new? Guess we're ready to film. Hey everybody, Samantha White here, and today I'm going to be talking easy and doable zero waste tips, suggestions, things to do. Oh, I don't know. I've done other videos in the past, actually pretty recently in the past, where I've talked about some simple and easy zero waste swaps that anyone can do to make your life a little bit more waste free. This video is gonna be different than that. And the reason that it's different than that is because these are gonna be zero waste swaps that my roommates have done. I currently live with 4 other beautiful, lovely human beings. We've lived together for about 4 months now, and I am the only one who lives zero waste in the house. But that does not mean that my roommates aren't doing environmentally conscious or environmentally friendly things. They just don't label it as zero waste. So it's me and Josh, Sean, Danielle, and Janelle. That's the 5 of us. I am now going to go through the things that they do, and I will probably call them out by name because not everyone does all of these. Not like a one size fits all. These were the easy things for them to incorporate because that's not how life works. Some things fit in some people's lives better than they fit in others. So that's what we're gonna do today. I have a whole bunch of things sitting next to me. These are items that my roommates currently either use or like activities that they currently do that help to reduce the amount of trash in our household, but also in their everyday life. I'm not taking credit for these. I'm just going to tell you about them. Okay? Okay. Let's get started. Yay. The first item is a reusable water bottle and reusable coffee cups, though I don't have a reusable coffee cup right here as a visual aid, but you're gonna have to pretend. I think most of them used a water bottle, a reusable one, before we moved in, but we now all have reusable water bottles and reusable coffee cups, and I think that that is pretty awesome. This next item is one that all of my roommates do as well, and this is used Who Gives a Crap toilet paper. We actually get this as a subscription service sent to our house every like 5 weeks, 8 weeks, I'm not really sure. So we never even have to go out and buy toilet paper. This is recycled toilet paper, which means that no trees were cut down in the making of this toilet paper. This was one of the easier swaps, I think, and all of my roommates use this now. We no longer buy conventional toilet paper at all. Another activity that all of my roommates do is composting now in this, that was loud, in this little composting bucket. This bucket sits on our counter. As soon as the bucket fills up, one of us takes it outside to our composting bin system that I sort of set up, and we just like dump it in that pile, we cover it with leaves, and then we hope that it's just gonna compost down. We are very lazy composters, but we are composting. We're no longer throwing our food scraps away. The next item is a bamboo toothbrush. Josh, Sean, and Danielle, I think, have all switched over to using a bamboo toothbrush instead of a plastic one. I think Danielle even switched over to more eco-friendly toothpaste, so that's pretty cool. That's very doable, apparently. And while we're talking about personal care items that you use primarily in the bathroom, Sean has actually switched over to a metal safety razor, which is also cool. I'm gonna keep saying these are cool because I think that they're very cool that they have switched over. I don't have it here. Man, I should have had a visual aid for this one. I could have. It's in the bathroom. I'm not getting up to do it. You're gonna have to pretend you know what a metal safety razor looks like if you don't. Meh, meh. In our house currently we have a dishwasher. The dishwashing powder that we use for that dishwasher we actually buy in bulk. This is one of the few things that we buy in bulk. We don't buy a lot of things in bulk because they tend to be more expensive, at least where we're living. But there are some things like dishwashing powder that we do refill because they're not that much more expensive to buy in bulk. And while we're talking about doing dishes, we also started using these knitted cotton dish cloths. Now this is something that all my roommates again do. When we first moved in, I think there was a lot of paper towels being used, but I'm not even sure we bought paper towels in the last month. So that's pretty cool. I said it again. Everything is cool. We've also been very diligent in recycling. Now, zero waste is not about recycling more. I think, for me at least, zero waste is about being conscious about what I'm buying so that even though I'm recycling everything I can, I'm still recycling less than I used to. It's a funny distinction, but I think it's important. That being said, we are recycling a lot. So we have a big recycling bin, well, like a box. We have a recycling box next to our back door. We also have these little like containers. So this one is our battery graveyard. How cute is that? I did not make that, but I love it. It's so awesome. We also have light bulbs sitting next to this, and we keep our old ink cartridges and toner cartridges, light bulbs, batteries. We keep them all up on a shelf, and then when we get enough of them that we feel it justifies a trip into like the store. I'm not sure which store it is that you can drop them off at, but there is some place. I should look that up. So that's a cool thing that we've started doing, or that we've continued doing. So I mentioned I hadn't seen paper towels in my house in quite a while. I also haven't seen plastic straws. All my roommates, I think at some point, have used a reusable straw. Maybe not all of them have bought them, but we now have metal straws in my house, so we don't need to use the plastic ones because we don't personally need straws, so it's nice if we want to use straws, we have the option of a reusable one. And this, I think, is the last item, metal clothes pegs. The ones that we previously had were plastic. When those started to break, my roommate Sean was looking into buying new clothes pegs, and he decided to go with eco-friendly wire ones instead of plastic. So we now have these guys that are made from stainless steel so that they don't rust unless you live right near the ocean, in which case they have like more heavy duty ones. But they should last a lifetime, and they're not plastic. Even though that was my technical last item, I think the main thing overall that has changed isn't so much the items that we specifically use, but it's the way that we now look at those items. And when I say we, I mean my roommates. It seems that there's been a shift, and I know from my own personal life that I had that shift a few years ago, and it's what inspired my zero waste journey. And the reason I think that is because of things like these metal clothes pegs, where before I think they would have just gone out and bought plastic ones because it's easy and simple. Now they, in general, and this has happened a few times for a few different things, will ask me what my opinion is on it. They'll do their own research, and then they'll buy what they feel is the best option. And often that is a more eco-friendly or zero waste alternative. And that's not always the option that gets chosen, but I think being aware and conscious and having that shift where you are thinking about trash and waste and just the things that you consume in a different way is a huge deal. And that's all any of us can do, because there's no being perfect, there's no actually creating zero, there's just looking at your options and choosing what you think is the best option at that time that is doable for you. And I think that's really cool, for lack of a better word. It's cool. So that's the video. I hope that some of those switches actually seemed doable, and I hope seeing what other people who aren't zero waste have switched to while living with a zero waster was a little helpful. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I also hope you are having a great day. Bye! Every time I think this is gonna be a short video, I end up talking for 20 minutes in the intro.